All right, back again. Nice cold Sunday morning. It's minus 14 degrees Celsius out here. We just had a good dump of snow last night. So we're on our way to the gym now. We're going to be doing shoulders today. This is what I was supposed to do yesterday, but I woke up and my trap on my right side and kind of up into my neck was a little kinked up. So I ended up going to the chiropractor and just doing a bit of a mobility day yesterday. So we're on our way to the gym this morning to get some shoulders done. We'll do our shoulder warm-up, do some rear delts, an overhead press of some kind. I like to do hang cleans with my presses. I just find it just helps get a little bit more trap and upper back involved in it as well. Then we'll move on to a side lateral movement of some kind, and then we'll probably do one more rear delt, one more side, and that'll be it. We move pretty quickly. Shoulders is a bit more of a high rep day. Just really like to try to pump up the muscle. For smaller muscles, I like to do higher reps. For bigger muscles, I like to do higher weight. Don't know if there's any science to that at all. That's just my own personal preference, but that's what I like to do. So we're on our way to the gym. We'll be there shortly. We'll get in there, get warmed up, and get going. Okay, starting off our shoulder day here. So the first thing that we always do on shoulders, I didn't film it, but is our shoulder warm-up. There's another video on that. If you just scroll back on the page a little bit, we do our I's, Y's, T's, W's, Supermans, and some band work. Just really make sure you're warming up your shoulder properly and adequately. From there, we go into rear delts. I like to do rear delts first because one, it's the smallest muscle and the hardest one to really get a good feel. And most people have a rear delt that lags behind their side delts and their front delts. So I like to do them first. My favorite way to do it is just with a cable. So I find that doing it this way, you really get a good stretch when your arm goes back across your body. And then you can get a good contraction with it when you get that extension out kind of behind you. You can almost like really try to isolate the feeling in your rear delt. So we do 20 rep sets of these. I did 3 per side. You'll just see a couple here. I find this really just also helps get a good foundation in my upper back, really stabilize everything for when I start to do my pressing movement. So we finish up our rear flies here, and then we go into our pressing movement in just a second. Next up here is our overhead press. So I built up to, this is 185. I did 95, 135, and then up to 185 here. This turned into more of a push press. I didn't quite have the juice in me today to strict press to 185. So it turned into a bit more of a push press with a bit of a pause. It was a little bit of a struggle, but we got it up in the end overall. I find that just holding it there really engages your core as well. So I think the best core exercise is just to pick something heavy up and put it over your head. Of course, be safe with it, but that's my opinion. That's why I don't wear a belt when I do this. Next, we back down to 135 again, just for a couple of reps here. After that, instead of 185, I was pretty juiced, but we got a couple more reps here of 135, and then we back down again to 95 pounds in just a second here. Now with the 95 pounds, what I did was I dropped it down, and here I'm doing some hang cleans. So I find the hang clean portion of it really helps get some good activation in your upper back and your traps, and just makes it a bit more of a full body, upper back, full shoulder type exercise. And again, I've said this before, but I really think that since I've started incorporating these and more kettlebell swings in my workouts, that my upper back strength and the stability through my shoulders and my upper back has really helped to also propel my bench press to increase. Again, I don't know if there's any science towards that. That's just in my opinion. So these last couple here are getting a little bit grindy. And then the last set you'll see in a second, the video cut off, but what I actually did was I did a hang clean and then 5 reps, and then a hang clean and then 4 reps, then a hang clean and then 3 reps, a hang clean, 2 reps, and then a hang clean and 1 rep. So that's what I do, a little burnout at the end of the workout or end of my pressing as well. And then we get back into some more side delts and rear delts in a second. Last set of hang cleans here and overhead pressing here. What I actually did with this was I did the hang clean and then 5 reps, and then hang clean 4 reps, hang clean 3 reps, hang clean 2, hang clean 1. I'm not sure why my phone cut out with it, but that's what I ended up doing. And now we're on to our lateral raises. Lateral raises, I just do a crap load of reps. So I have 20-pound dumbbells here. I do 15 to 20. And then from there, I drop them down to 15-pound dumbbells. Right away, we're doing a massive superset. Basically, a giant drop set is what we're doing. You're doing 15 to 20, and then you're going to drop the weight by 5 pounds, and you're going to do that same number of reps again. And then you're going to drop the weight by another 5 pounds. In this case, I went from 20s to 15s to 10s, and then do, again, the same number of reps. I do 2 cycles of this, and it really just fills your shoulder with blood. It gets a really good pump. I find that volume is the best for me, at least, when it comes to side delts and rear delts, just pumping them full of blood and doing a ton of reps. So that's what we're doing here. Down again to the last couple, and then we move on to our rear delts, where we do a similar sort of style to this, and you'll see in a second. Okay, last exercise here is our rear delts. I always start with these, and I like to finish with them too. I just find leaving the gym with a good pump in your rear delts is a pretty good feeling. So with these, what I try to do is when I lay down on the bench, I just find that helps get rid of any of the swing or any sort of extra movement that my body's going to help my rear delt with. And then with my arms down in front of me, I almost like turn my palm outward slightly, and that I find just really lets me get a really good isolation in my rear delt. I find that if my palms are towards each other, I tend to use my lat a bit more, but when my palms are away from each other, I tend to isolate my rear delt a bit more. So I go to failure with those, and then I do almost like a ski erg type movement here afterwards, with my palms kind of facing behind me. I bring the dumbbells up to my side and get a good squeeze in my rear delt. From there, I drop the weight. So I started off with 10 pounds. Now we're going down to 5-pound plates, doing the same thing. We're going to do a burnout off to the side. And then in a second, we're going to go down to the skier movement. And then again, we drop it from there to 2.5-pound plates. And you'll see at the end, I actually just use my arms. By the end of this, you're so burnt out that even just holding your arms up in place and kind of doing a static hold with your arms is enough just to get some stimulus in the muscle and cause it a little bit to just push past failure. So I'll let you finish up watching that. You'll see in a second here. This is the 2.5 now, and then we go to our just bare hands and finish it off. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the workout. As always, if you pick something up from it, like, comment, subscribe down below. And until next time, I'll talk to you later.